What's good, my zesty lemons? It is I, Lee, and thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. I want to say, first and foremost, thank you for allowing me some time to grieve over my best friend. It's a tough journey, but I'm doing it, especially because this is something that she would want me to continue, even without her being present. So let's get into it. This is a request about Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds. We want to know exactly what's going on. I want to know what Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' intentions were for filing this lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. Now, you'll have to forgive me because I've heard of it, and at the time I was focusing on what was going on and then I completely forgot. I have stroke dementia, so forgive me for that. But if you could please drop some things down just in case I may have overlooked some stuff, that will be awesome. But that's what I want to know initially. I want to know what their intentions are. So let's go ahead and get into it. God, thank you so much for this opportunity to read. And I am focusing on Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds. But in this particular portion, I want to know what their intentions were for filing a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. Only you can provide the wisdom, and I thank you so much for that. So we're going to see. Now we're going to focus on one card for Blake and then one for Ryan. I kind of get this vibe that, honestly, I kind of feel like Blake made up some shit to get Ryan involved. Kind of like, you know, this man was doing this and this and this, but I kind of feel like it was the opposite. But we're going to see. Okay. And then I will do one for Justin Baldoni. So this is going to be a long video, so please stay to the very end and hit that like button if you believe that I resonate, or this resonates in any type of way, because I don't know if they're even going to court. I don't know what's going on because I totally forgot about this. All right. So this is for Blake and Ryan. What are their intentions for filing a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni? What are they hoping to get out of it? It's between number 1 and number 2. It's kind of hard. Both of them have strong energy. Okay, I want to pick this one. All right. All right, so for Blake Lively, bust out of your cocoon. Now, if we were just talking about our normal reading, I would say that this is her wanting to get out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what this message usually is about. But I feel like she's not relevant. Now, I don't know very many of her movies, so do not just try to destroy the messenger here. This is just the vibe that I'm getting. I feel that this is attention seeking of some kind. Now, Ryan, Imagine Solutions. Okay, so with Imagine Solutions, I kind of feel like I said, I think that he's just following suit with what's going on. And usually when, okay, so think about people spreading gossip about you, okay? And if you got a whole bunch of people that feels some type of way about you, chances are they're going to believe what that person says just because they simply don't like you, right? And I kind of feel like that's what's going on with Ryan. He's trying to find possible ways to make his wife feel a little bit better. Now, I want to also look at Imagine Solutions here also in the booklet, just to make sure that I'm on to something here. I hate that this is not in alphabetical order. It drives me nuts. I say this every time. And it's like, well, why don't you just use a different deck? Well, I don't know. I don't know. So let's see here. Imagine Solutions. Hold on. Imagine Solutions. Imagine Solutions. Give me just a second while I try to find this. This is going to drive me nuts. Okay, I found it. It's finally on page 30. Okay. So it says, you may feel overwhelmed by problems for which there doesn't appear to be immediate solution. You may even feel trapped by unpleasant circumstances which you have no control over. Well, this is not the case. Your divine energy is calling for you to look deeply within and find creative solutions in your dilemma. You are never stuck, nor are you required to agree to anything that does not serve your highest good. So it says to use your creative imagination to guide you out of the present challenges and onto higher ground. So with that being said, like I said before, I kind of feel like he was kind of forced into it. And I did hear about a smear campaign, and I'm wondering if he was backing this up. I just feel like Justin Baldoni was getting higher accolades, and we're gonna stop right there. So let me go back to that. So God, can you tell me why you chose these cards between these two individuals, explaining what the motives were between the two of them for filing a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni? I hope that everyone is doing well. I don't know if it's snowing where you are, but if it is, I hope that you're safe. I hope that your babies are healthy and do not get sick. All right. So why did you choose these cards? That's very strong right there. Okay. So the first card is Strength. Okay. And so with the Strength card, she may perceive herself as being strong as far as speaking out against something. But I also feel like it's a possibility that she could be having the strength to speak out a bit about something that is not true. For Ryan, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. And so when I see the Nine of Pentacles, this is usually hinting on enjoying the fruits of your labor from your garden, right? So they are definitely trying to get some type of compensation, but I also feel like they're trying to destroy his reputation. Okay, so can you tell me exactly like what is the real reason? Like, why are they wanting to do this? This is what I'm wanting to know. Why are they trying to do this? Okay, well that fell. That is interesting because we have the Five of Cups here. Blake. So what I'm getting from this, again, do not try to shoot the messenger here. This is what I'm getting because we have the Five of Cups here and you can look it up yourself, all right? I feel regret and I feel sadness, okay? I feel as though Blake was trying to make passes on Justin and he rejected her. And so now she's trying to come out as this individual that she wants the public to perceive as strong for coming out and speaking against him. But there is money that both of them are seeking. Ryan is wanting to support his wife because it's almost like, well, I wasn't there to see for myself if whether or not these things happened. But if my wife said that it did, then I'm going to go along with it. So therefore, I'm going to do what I need to do to ensure that she is taken care of. Okay, what else can I get from this, God? The Empress card. Okay, so with the Empress card, and you know what's so interesting about this is usually the traditional card, the mother is usually just chilling and, you know, tending to her baby, but this is exuding like sexuality. You know what I mean? And so I feel like she's abusing her feminine charm in this regard. I cannot stress this enough. Okay. Eminem said it. There are a lot of individuals that said this and people try to go up in arms about it. And how I look at it is if you're offended by it, then some of you may have the same mentality such as Blake and as Amber Heard. Okay. When you don't get your way, especially when you're out here trying to act as though you are God's gift to men or women, however you want to look at it, but you are rejected, that right there tends to bruise the ego. So you're like, well, how dare you try to defy me? How dare you reject me? I am who I am. And I kind of get this vibe like, yeah, she was hoping to utilize the fact that, you know, for one, she was breastfeeding, you know, and you try to make it seem like he was trying to sneak up on you. I don't believe that because you may not be able to see it like this, but how I'm looking at it is, you know, you see how she's just loose and she has like this seductive vibe to her. You know what I mean? And she's barefoot. She's relaxed. She's got her legs kind of gates open. So yeah, she was definitely using her sexuality, but then trying to use the fact that she was breastfeeding as a way of trying to get him to look at her breasts. It's kind of similar, we're gonna be real, it's kind of similar to a dude that is wanting to get laid. And let's be honest, when they're wanting some, they're gonna whip it out, you know what I'm saying, and try to get your attention, or they're gonna brush up against you, or, you know, try to sneak a feel. That's what they do. And that's exactly what she was trying to pull, and she got rejected. Okay. Now, Ryan. What's going on with Ryan? Okay. Yeah, there we go. So we have the Magician card. Okay. Yeah, he was utilizing his sources. Because I do think that he... How can I put it? Like, I think that he's powerful in his own right. But I'm seeing this from the negative side. He was being a charlatan. He was using this to manipulate people. Okay. And can you tell me why the Five of Cups is here, please? Yeah. He got rejected. Or she got rejected. And she's feeling some type of way about it. And it's like, okay, instead of taking her time to just, first and foremost, you ain't got no business trying to seduce somebody's husband in the first place, right? And now you have to stand on this cliff and try to get everyone to see that you're trying to turn this into a spiritual enlightenment about this individual. You are trying to create this facade like you're going to hover your truth over excuse me, I'm like tongue-tied and we are in a retrograde. You know how I am with that. You're trying to like say like, oh, I can't believe that there are so many men out here. Girl, you are no different. You are no different than the individuals that have been called out before. Same thing with Amber Heard's funky ass. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should not get a break on trying to destroy somebody because you got rejected. I'm getting passionate. I'm not yelling. It's just, that type of shit just pisses me off. Okay? Because whether it is a woman or a man, when you got people out here that, like, such as the Cassie situation, you know what I'm saying? They trying to say, oh, it was a money grab. That's why she was doing this. Is why she held back or whatever. You don't know what was going through that woman's mind for her to make the actions that she did. But that's not going to excuse the fact of the things that he did to her. So douse your ass with fucking baby oil all the fuck you want, but it still wasn't right. I am so sick and tired of selective outrage. Because of the fact, and this goes on both parties, because of the fact that you decided you want to side with the woman because she's always right. Well, did we not learn with Amber Heard? She almost destroyed Johnny Depp. And I mean, she did in a way. But things are starting to slowly but surely come back to him. Now the same thing is happening with Justin Baldoni. Now, I'm not trying to say that he's a perfect man, but I do believe that he is taking it upon himself to be a better version of himself. And that seems to be the case with a lot of these individuals. People act as though you cannot be human. You got to be this perfect persona to meet their standards. And then the moment that you slip up or make a mistake, then, oh, you're no good to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get everybody to cancel you. All because of some bullshit that you did. All right. All right, what's going on with this Empress? Can you tell me why the Empress is here? And I'm not trying to be biased at all. Because if I see that there's some shady shit that's going on, because I am going to do Justin's also. I'm just focusing on these two. But, yeah, like, I'm feeling what I feel. And I just don't think that it's cool that she's pulling this shit. And I understand that a husband and a wife is going to back, well, sometimes they're going to back their spouse up. We're going to see. But the fact that he has to feel like he has to manipulate the situation, you already know that something ain't right with this. All right, so we have the Hanged Man here. And this is suggesting that she looks at this situation from a different perspective. She knows that she's wrong. This is not the way that you should have done this. If you wanted attention, especially if it's because of the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that she was trying to dictate how she wanted the show to be that she was on. And so she was trying to make it seem like he was trying to make her sexually appealing, when I honestly don't think that that was the case at all. Okay. So it's basically telling her, like, you really need to sit this one out. And it could be, like, as of right now, maybe there's going to be, like, a suspension in the lawsuit. Probably because she does not have enough evidence to prove otherwise. But I think that this pause could also symbolize her realizing that she doesn't have anything to hold a candle to him. And so either she's going to go along with it and just end up being a mockery of everybody, or she might suspend it or drop it, or the charges might be dropped or whatever. Now let's go to Ryan. Yeah, see, look at that. The Seven of Swords right here. And I kind of feel like in his position, this could be a double-edged sword. Because as of right now, he could be supporting her, but maybe something could happen to where he's going to backstab her. And he's just going to be like, I'm going to go and I'm going to tell everybody the truth. That could be a possibility here. But as of right now, I see, I don't know if he is trying to get the show shut down, or if that was his goal. Maybe he was trying to get the writing credits for her. I don't know what it is, but there's some type of thievery going on here. But I do think that due to the manipulation, like, he knows that he's being shady right now, or at that time. Because I don't even know if this is still going on. Okay, what's going on with the Hermit? We have the Page of Pentacles here. So I feel like this is definitely going to hurt her credibility for sure. Not too many people are going to work with her, and I feel like she's hoping that this is going to allow people to look at her. I'm this empowering woman, but we saw what happened to Amber. Okay, like, people were like, I can't mess with you. Like, the fuck? Like, how do we know that if we decide to work with you, you ain't gonna pull the same stuff that you're pulling on him? That's not cool at all. And you noticed. So we have major arcana cards. These are powerful elements that are affecting the situation. So yeah, you're busting out of your cocoon, but you're doing it in such an unrighteous manner. All right. And then we have Imagine Solutions. So yeah, you're trying to, and like it said, let me go back to it. Page 30. Let me go back here. Like, you don't even know if it's true or not. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be in the situation. You may feel overwhelmed by problems for which there doesn't appear to be an immediate solution. You may even feel trapped by an unpleasant circumstance over which you have no control. Okay, so that is what I'm looking at here. Like, for a spiritual mentality, it's saying like, hey, you're not stuck. There are solutions. Like, you know, if you've been out of work and you are having a hard time trying to create a sense of revenue, there are other options that you can use. If you can't work in a brick and mortar, then maybe you can do something online. You see what I'm saying? But in this situation, it's like, I don't have a choice here. I don't know what I can do but use my influence to make this person look bad and hope that I can reap the benefits from lying. Because we have Pentacles, you know, we have the Magician, and there's a Pentacle right there. And then intellectually, we have the Seven of Swords. Somebody that is trying to defame somebody. You're being treacherous in this point. And then we have the emotional part of it. You don't regret anything. The only thing that you regret is the fact that he rejected you. You don't like the fact that he hurt your little feelings. Okay? So then you're taking another situation here and you're trying to scan the community, trying to highlight the truth about the community, trying to make it seem like these individuals that are supporting him are the issue, when really you are the perpetrator here. All for some money. You're not thinking about the effects that you're putting on his wife, his children. It's disgusting. So now, let me go ahead and put these away. And we're going to see from his point of view exactly what's going on here. Or what ended up being. Because I don't know, like I said, I don't know if this ended or not. Alright. God, thank you so much for that. I would like to know the mindset of Justin Baldino. Like, how is he feeling right now when it comes to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and their case against him? What is his mindset about that? Or what was his mindset about that? All right. Yeah, because this world is just, it's just getting crazy. It's a wake-up call. This, to him, was a wake-up call. Okay? Interesting. Bust out of your cocoon. So I feel like at that time, he was wanting to just kind of sit this out and just see exactly how far she was going to take it. Now he felt like he had to come out about the situation and speak his truth. Let go and enjoy. Look at that. He ain't worried about them. He is not worried about them at all, because he knows that he wasn't doing anything wrong. And look at this. We have shine your light. Okay? And then we have laugh at your demons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you tried it. You think that you're going to try to destroy me, and it's not going to happen. He may have already been beat down by this. I don't know if he's ended up losing endorsements from this, and that could be the possibility. But you know what? I do think that he does have a strong supportive background with him. And I feel like with Wake Up Call, the situation needed to present itself for him to realize that not everybody is your motherfucking friend, okay? Now let's look at number 1, because I think this is number 1 in the page. That's the only one that I can remember as far as what page is what. So it says, as your consciousness begins to awaken and desires expand, it creates an inner restlessness that you cannot deny. This energetic influx is a wake-up call from your divine soul to remember your soul's commitments, those lessons and intentions that you came to learn and fulfill when you incarnated into this physical form and began your life's journey. Heed this wake-up call by honestly explaining your life as it is today. Ask yourself how satisfied you feel so far. It says look at not only what's there, but also what is missing. What signals from your soul have you been ignoring? What vibes have you denied for fear of disruption to status quo? And what distractions are keeping you from listening to your soul's summons to reclaim your divine power? No matter what, the call cannot be silenced, nor can it be ignored. It is time for you to fully become fully powerful today. So basically, I feel like this right here was for him to realize, like I said, not everybody is your friend. Okay, and the industry are full of treacherous people. I do believe that he is absolutely shocked about this. Like, yo, out of everybody, you don't, I don't know, but you know. So anyways, bust out of your cocoon, like I said before. I feel like this was him in the need of stepping out and speaking his truth about the situation, and not just speaking out, but also committing to the things that he's supposed to be doing. I'm going to let my work speak for me, because to be honest with you, I don't feel that vibe from him. I just don't. Okay. And then let go and enjoy. I just feel like this is saying, like, let go of all of the negative intentions surrounding him. True strength comes from moving and not allowing anybody to fuck you up. You know the saying that we used to tell our kids, or our parents used to tell us, don't let them see you sweat. You know, and that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I don't want them to see that I'm guilty. I don't feel guilt from this. What I feel is nervousness and the fear of how people are going to take such messages, because this is selective outrage. So at the end of the day, he needs to continue to shine his light. You know, the fact that she got rejected when she's supposed to be this seductive type individual, and he was like, no, I only got eyes for my wife. And I could tell, and I'm not, trust me, I was fangirling over him when he was in that show with, what is it? When he was with that girl and she ended up having a baby. And, you know, I think she was like inseminated with the wrong person, and then he ended up being the father. I can't remember the name of that show, but I thought he was hot in that. You know what I'm saying? And plus, at the time, I was a big Bruno Mars fan, so I was only watching it really because Bruno was a part of it. And his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend, Jessica. So, but I have watched some of his TED Talks, if you want to call it that. And just the way that he celebrated his wife, especially during the process of her pregnancy and everything, like he just has such a beautiful insight about him. It could be wrong, but we gonna see. So, all right, with me blabbing, God, can you tell me why you chose these cards in particular, please? I see one in reverse. I try to keep them upright, so that if they do just so happen to come out in reverse, then we're going to definitely, whatever. Yeah, she's mad because he rejected her. She was wanting to have a straight up affair. And if you're wondering why I chose to do this layout with Justin, is because I honestly feel like he was wronged here. I'm sorry, there's dirt under my nails and I hate that. Okay. Feel it strong right there. Oh, but I also feel it strong right here too. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna keep it right there. All right. All right, so the Six of Swords, and it says, all aboard, witch, it's time to write a new chapter. So basically, I feel like I said, it's time for him to move on from this. He's ready to move on from it because he knows that he's innocent. He didn't do anything wrong, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting as well. We have the High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted, okay? So he could be a priest in his own right. He might be spiritually in tune with himself. And I think he is, he considers himself spiritual, if I'm not right. I believe, should I say. But I kind of feel like he knew from the jump that there was something off with her. You know, and he's going to reveal that, because the High Priestess is someone that can, when she pops up in her reading, she could be like, okay, I really want you to hone into your intuition, or if you're trying to hone into your intuition and you're trying to figure out why things aren't coming to light, it's because she also is the keeper of secrets. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like busting out of the cocoon is like, well, let me go on ahead and tell you about Miss Blake Lively. Okay, let me tell you what she really is about. Let me drop these receipts here so that you can see that ain't nobody on no nasty ass trifling shit. Okay, let go and enjoy. Look at that. Like she, or not she, but he is going to continue to, I kind of feel like he has a forgiving, and see, and this right here could be his downfall. But you know what? They say in the Bible, you know, when you do good to individuals, your good deeds are going to produce hot coals above their head, because of the fact that when you're being so nice, they're expected for you to retaliate, but for you to just forgive them and be like, you know what, there's obviously some stuff that's going on with you and I pray for your healing. I'm still gonna look out for you if you need my help, but I'm not gonna do to you what you try to do to me. If anything, I have sympathy for you. I feel sorry for you that you feel like you have to try to destroy my credibility for some selfish gain. And then it says some people are like pipe pumpkin to your spice. So with let go and let go and let God, or let go and enjoy, if he decides that he does not want to have anything to do with her, I think that right there could also be the ultimate message. And he's going to keep on loving his family the way that he has, and nothing's going to stop that. Then we have the Page of Swords, and it says curiosity is a type of magic. And so I just feel like with this right here, he's definitely going to learn. The lesson here is to vet the individuals that he works with. So let's go ahead and see what other messages he has. One second, I think my daughter's calling me. Okay, sorry about that. So, I also feel like there is a possibility that he might come out with a book. I don't know if it's going to be like a tell-all, or maybe if he's already done this, but I think that he is going to create something focusing on men as a whole, or maybe just both men and women, encouraging them to speak up against such behaviors. So let's go ahead and see what else we can get out of this. Yeah, I don't see anything bad with this. So yeah, they know they was wrong for that. Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here? Okay, we're going to take this one. So this is him. It's interesting because both of them are waiting for the ship to come through, right? And this is the Three of Wands. This is waiting for the result. This is asking for patience at this time, waiting for your ships to come in. So he's, you know, just kind of waiting to see how this is going to turn out for him. But I kind of get this sense that he's really chill about it. Like he doesn't have anything to fear at all. Okay. So that's interesting that he has this. Yeah, he's hurt. He has sadness within him because it's like, why would you... What's interesting is on this side, it was the you know, the motive behind it. It was because it was regret. This one right here, you know, the secrets that he has, it's like, you know, I wasn't even going to put this stuff out about you. I'm hurt that I had to do that. You see the mentality behind that? It's like, I never tried to come at you with malicious intent at all. If anything, I tried to support you. And I can look at the Three Cups as, you know, there were attempts that you tried to dismantle me. And I was hurt by that. Now, these Two Cups, you know, that is standing behind him, the initial message is to not focus on the past, but look, turn around and see that you have new opportunities that are brand new. Don't cry over spilled milk, if you will. But he's still hurt. And I also feel like both of them, Blake and Justin, are wearing the cloak of shame for two different reasons. She put the cloak of shame on him because she wanted everybody to be outraged and humiliate him and destroy him. She's wearing the cloak of shame, was wearing the cloak of shame when he rejected her. And then she decided to turn around and come out, I'm this empowered woman, hear me roar. And don't get me wrong, if anybody is being triggered by what I'm saying right now, and this is not a form of gaslighting, I'm just going to tell you straight up, okay? I have the right to feel whatever energies there are. And I flat out do not believe Blake Lively. I don't, okay? You can't say that I have something against women, because I do not. Because I'm all for speaking your mind and protecting yourselves and keeping yourself grounded away from these toxic ass dudes. So, I mean, and if you have not had a reading with me about your situation, and I'm pretty sure there are some individuals right now that are dealing with somebody that is abusive to you, such as the allegations, or if not worse than what he's experiencing. 1 second here. I think that this is about to cut out here soon, so I got 4 minutes because my space is running out. So let me keep going here. But yeah, I don't think it's fair. All right. So with the Two of Cups here, and then we have the Ace of Wands, oh not Wands, I'm sorry, the Ace of Pentacles. You notice that they didn't get the ace at all, but he does. So I do believe that he's going to get rewarded, okay, for his time and his suffering. And then well, we're going to just pull this card too. All right. Yeah, we have the Emperor here. Yeah, the Judge is definitely going to see favor in him if it has not already happened. And I'm so sorry that he had to endure that. They owe him for trying to destroy him. Point blank, period. And he may even use that money and give it away to a charity, just so that, you know, he can show them, like, I'm not greedy like you. I'm about to give it to people that actually need it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting here. If you enjoyed the reading, please give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear your feedback. And I will see you on the next one. And remember this, when life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.